Good morning, my dear channel followers. Nice to meet you once again. English from A to Z with Mr. Aziz Zuhair. Today we are going to see parts of speech, and more exactly we are going to focus on the function of words within a sentence. When we speak about function, we mean something very important in relation to words or a group of words. That is to say, what is the role of a word within a sentence? In this case, the context in which that word or group of words is very important. So let's take each sentence by itself, and then we are going to explain each case on its own. Number one, Jamal was absent because of his illness. So Jamal here is the subject. Why? First of all, concerning the structure, it appears before the linking verb, which is was, and it is the doer of the action. So Jamal is subject. Absent, this is a subject complement. Why? Because subject complement is a complement that states or gives us some information about the subject. And in order to name an adjective or a noun as subject complement, you must have a linking verb, which is the verb to be, and its sisters, like the verb to remain, to seem, to prove, and so many others. So the subject complement here, it gives us some information about the subject. But what is the link between the two is the verb to be. Subject complement. His illness. So this is an object of preposition. An object of preposition is always related to a preposition. So because alone, it is a subordinate conjunction, alone, but when we have because plus of, it becomes a preposition. Therefore, it is object of preposition. Here it is. B. Teenagers love all sorts of music. So this is a group of words. And the function of this group of words is direct object. Why? Because the verb to love is a transitive verb, and all transitive verbs require complements, especially direct objects. If I want to test, let me put the following question. What do teenagers love? What do teenagers love? When you can use the WH word what, in this case, this is a direct object. Something else that I should add is that the sentence is incomplete without direct object. Teenagers love. You need what? Therefore, all sorts of music is direct object. His favorite book is 1984. So favorite as an adjective in nature. So whenever we have an adjective before a noun, it becomes adjectival in function, always in function. An adjective before a noun is called adjectival. 1984. This is the name of a book. And in this case, it does not refer to time. So we cannot say it's an adverbial, especially of time, because here it refers to a book. In this case, 1984 refers to his favorite book, and the link between the two is the verb to be. Therefore, subject, complement. The man told them a stupid joke. Them. This is indirect object, but how shall I know? If you can insert in this place, after told, if you can insert a preposition which is to or for, therefore what comes after them, it is indirect object. For example, the man told to them. Told to them. So to is hidden, is implicit. It is not here. Okay? Therefore, indirect object. This is how we know indirect object. If you can insert either to or for. The pronoun or the noun that comes after them, even if they are not written, they are implicit, they are hidden, at that moment, this is what we call indirect object. Something very important is that when we have an indirect object, we must have a direct object, because the sentence is incomplete if we say the man told them. Told them what? A stupid joke. So the second one is direct object. And the indirect must come after or must become before the direct. But in some cases, it may come after the direct object. Another thing which is very important, no need to talk about indirect object if there is no direct object in the sentence. So the presence of the indirect necessarily requires the presence of the direct object. He has understood how to answer questions. So these are 4 words: how, to, answer, and questions. And we have the verb to understand. Therefore, and to understand is a transitive verb. It requires a direct object. And in order not to be confused, I can change this, how to answer questions. I can use just he has understood it. He has understood questions alone. 1 word, it or questions. But even if here we have a group of words, they play the role of one word, which is questions. And here he has understood what? How to answer questions. This is direct object. The other one, the lady with the scarf. So with the scarf, this is in nature prepositional phrase, and it comes with the scarf, comes to describe the lady. Okay, so the moment it comes to describe the lady, so in function it becomes adjectival. Okay, so for example, if I want to take out with the scarf and I want to say the black, to replace it with 1 word, black, we say the black lady. So black here comes to modify lady. It plays the same role of with the scarf. So with the scarf describes who is this lady are we talking about, or we are talking about is the lady with the scarf. An excellent teacher, this is subject complement, because an excellent teacher refers to the lady, and the link between the two, or the bridge, is the verb to be. Subject complement. The interviewer, it's clear, this is subject. Mispronounce her name. Mispronounce what? Her name. This is a transitive verb, and therefore her name is the complement that completes the sentence. Therefore, her name is direct object. That was a nice gesture. That, you know, this is in nature. In nature, a demonstrative pronoun, but in function, it plays the role of a subject. So, subject. A nice gesture, this is another subject complement. The link is the verb to be. And always the subject complement, either a word or a group of words, it comes to state some information about the subject. The. article in nature, but in function here it is determiner. So an article in nature becomes a determiner in function. Upset, also subject complement here. The same rule that we have seen. I wish both would be more patient. Both is the subject of would be. But in nature it is a pronoun in nature, but in function it is a subject. Patient, also subject complement. Would be, never be confused here, because even if you have would be, the main verb here is be. So whenever you find be concerning simple present or simple past or past perfect or future conditional, the origin or the main verb here is not would, it is just an auxiliary. Be is the verb. That's why patient tell us something about both. Like you say, both are patient. Both are patient. She has been a magazine editor for ages. So editor here, subject complement, because we have the verb to be and it is conjugated in the present perfect. So, subject complement. For ages, this is adverbial. Adverbial, and you know what kind of adverbial? It speaks about time, adverbial of time. She has some terrific study habits. She has some terrific study habits. So study is a noun and habits is a noun concerning nature. So bear in mind this rule. Whenever we have two nouns which are successive, one after the other, the first noun becomes adjectival in function. So study, adjectival. Habits, this is the verb to have. So habits is direct object. She has what? Habits. Okay, because when you speak about some and terrific and study, these are just modifiers. But the key word here concerning study and habit is not study, but habits. That's why we call it direct object. This test. So this is a demonstrative adjective in nature, but in function it is determiner. So all demonstrative adjectives in function become determiners. Really difficult, this is subject complement. Why? Which is difficult? So here we speak about difficult because it has a relation to this test, and the linking verb is to seem. So to seem is one of the sisters of the verb to be. It is a linking verb. Subject complement. I feel very unsure. Unsure, subject complement. because the verb to feel is a linking verb and we can replace it. Therefore, we can say, I'm very unsure. Myself, it is object of preposition. So the function related to parts of speech is a little bit, I should not say very, but a little bit difficult. You need to practice a lot. And when you deal with function, please bear in mind the context in which the word or group of words appear. So the lecture is over. See you in another video. Thanks for watching.